Terrific stuff by Primus.
Primus, big chance, must kick a goal and does.
Oh, gone was Doughty. Oh, and a big mark by big Matty Primus.
Look at Matt Primus on screen now. He is a caged tiger. Siren will sound. What a victory by Port Adelaide. One of the wins of the season.
Please welcome Matthew Primus.
Matty, congratulations. How are you, mate? Well done. Hey, just when we saw the highlight vision there, we saw Neil Craig introduce those bodysuits. Now, they didn't do Andrew Jarman any justice, but she looked all right in those, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a bit of a wake-up call. A young fella coming over from Victoria to try and get a break into the SNFL and at Nord Footy Club, and realising you used to wear a woolly jumper, and then all of a sudden Craigie bought these lycra things that were bike pants.
Had the package and everything in there.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look. I don't think Macca was too happy with it, but you know, it was something unique.
Matty, Michelangelo spoke very kindly of you then. He talked about the change in the interpretation of the game. We've got a little bit of vision here. I think Adonis was the term he used. Just seeing the power that you're able to resist your co-ruckman with at the time. How did you cope with knowing that they had to actually change things? Because there's not many people that they change things for. I think Bradman they did with some of the fielding positions behind square. Walter Lindrum, of course, used to rip apart the pool table. They had to change some rules for him. But at the time, how did you deal with it? Were you annoyed by the changes that were having to take place?
Oh, I didn't think it was a bigger issue as what it was. It was a, you know, I think at the time, a bit like what's happened this year, people talk about the game. It's not attractive at times, and at the time, people were talking about the game wasn't too attractive with the amount of stoppages there was, which is nothing compared to the modern game now. So it was a little bit unique, but we just figured a way around it and make sure you had lots of good little fellas around at your feet and still made you look good.
Life up north treating you well?
Yeah, it's a great challenge up there. It's a totally different environment down to a footy state, but yeah, we're really enjoying our time up there. We've hit the wall the last couple of weeks, but yeah, really enjoying coaching a good group of young guys up there.
I think everyone with interest in footy looks at Gold Coast, they look at GWS, and they think at one point they're both going to really turn when these younger kids hit that, I suppose, 22, 23 type age. How far away are we from really seeing that consistency?
Oh, look, hopefully not too far. We've probably given a glimpse this year of what we're able to achieve, but there's a lot harder than just drafting good young talent and thinking it's just going to happen by playing them games of footy. You need some good senior players around them. You need a steady board and good coaches and all those sorts of things. And I think the Suns are on the right path. As I said, we've hit the wall a little bit now, but I think in the future, us and the Giants are certainly going to be up around the mark there, and it'll determine by the future years how good we're really going to be.
Mate, I'm sure there's some people you'd like to thank. Go for it.
Yeah, there will. Obviously, it's been a long night, so I won't stay up here too long. First of all, I'd love to thank the SNFL as a young kid growing up in Geelong, going to watch the Geelong Footy Club with my family week in, week out. My dream was to play for the Geelong Footy Club, and that didn't happen. And I got a phone call from Glenn Rosso to come over and play for the Nord Football Club, and it was definitely a great opportunity for me. But as a young 17-year-old, it was leaving home and all those sorts of things, as every young man does. At some stage you have to do, but to come over here, go to a great football club in the Nord Football Club, get a terrific opportunity to turn into a good young player by some great senior players, an outstanding administration at the football club gave me a great opportunity, and to get a chance to get back into the AFL through Fitzroy, and that didn't end too well after a year of going belly up and getting a call through Brian Cunningham and John Cale, and getting an outstanding opportunity to come to the Port Adelaide Football Club, where it's funny how the world works sort of thing. My first SNFL senior game with Nord was against Port at Alberton, and we won, which probably didn't happen too many times, and remember singing the song in the change rooms, which is probably about as big as the male toilets out here. Probably stunk and there was cold showers and all those sorts of things. But I remember Neil Craig saying, tonight, guys, you won't have to drive your car home, it'll drive yourself home. And 2 years later, I'm playing for the Port Adelaide Football Club in their first year in the AFL. And that club taught me so much about being a great young man. How to not only be a footballer, but also how to be a terrific person off the field. And the administration's there, the coaches in John Carlow's here, Mark Williams, who was my coach for the majority of the time there. I'm indebted to what they were able to give me in the Port Adelaide Football Club. Obviously, like any person who's able to make it at their chosen field, my parents who are here tonight, as a young man, they drive you to every ground, suburban ground in country Victoria. Obviously, 1,000 trips over to Adelaide to come and watch you play. When they first dropped me off to Nord, giving me some money to put in the payphone to ring them on a Sunday night to tell me how I was going, how times change. But Mum and Dad, thank you for your support. It's been, I wouldn't have made it to where I am now, and also my playing career without your support. I was obviously to my two brothers, one of them's here tonight, and Ben and Luke. The competitive nature you get is by playing with your brothers in the backyard all those years. Certainly, thanks very much, you guys. To my wife, Melissa, who I met over here in Adelaide when I moved over. We've now got 3 great young daughters, and her support during my playing career and also my coaching career has been immense, so thank you, Melissa. And obviously to the SNFL. As the Gowan boy said before, when you're in Victoria, you don't know too much about what goes on in South Australian football. But if it wasn't for the opportunity that they gave me through the Nord Football Club and then obviously through the Port Adelaide Football Club, I wouldn't be standing up here and be able to have 15 to 20 years of my life playing AFL football and coaching AFL football. So thanks very much to you all. So thank you.
Congratulations to Matty.